at the Phillips Arena. The Hawks still playing on their home court in this one. Well, compared to last season, you'd have to say the start to this season has not been quite what you'd expect. They hope to improve their record with the win tonight, certainly.
Well, right now for the Hawks, they've been totally out of sync at the beginning of this season. They still haven't found their identity. They don't know who they are and what they do best.
I have no idea what they are either, Clark. I mean, this is a team that really is just kind of hard to figure out. And I think they may have to make some changes to try to get themselves going.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Dirk and Chandler up front. Rajon Rondo is out there with Boss. And it's Parsons in at the 3 slot. Dallas shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And as a club, they're kind of in the middle of the pack in the NBA in terms of their free throw shooting, about 76%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Boss. And so it's Atlanta with it. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
Yeah, and you look back to last year, these two teams were very evenly matched. They split the 2 games that they played.
And stolen by Nowitzki. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Peck. Rebounded by the Hawks. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And their inside strength was so apparent in that win. They just blocked shots, controlled the lane, did a good job on the glass.
Very alert were they, Steve. Alert, aware, and reacted quickly to shot attempts in the post.
Now here's Teague after the miss from Boss. Shot clock at 3. Fires, high post. A nice shot by Teague. Going back for a second to your comment, Steve, in the standoff these teams played to last year, it may have been an indicator of how closely matched the teams in the middle of both conferences were.
Well, we know these 2 teams were certainly closely matched.
And so here is Dallas after the made shot from Jeff Teague. They get it back. Nowitzki. And he uses the glass on the layup. Nowitzki's got his first points of the game.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Outside Teague. Dishes it to Horford. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Horford's got his first points of the night. And so here is Dallas. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Well, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game. I thought that was what won it for them more than anything else.
Well, that was the one area they knew they could exploit in the matchup, and boy, did they ever exploit it.
No good from Boss. Dallas on defense. Outside Teague. Millsap sets the pick for Teague. He feeds it to Korver. Into Horford. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Earlier, I was able to catch up with Mike Budenholzer. One struggle they'll have in this game is finding the right person or combination of players to match up with Dirk. The problem, Coach says, is how do you play someone who can hit jumpers at such a high release point while being quick enough to stay with Dirk when he drives? We'll see if they've come up with any answers, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And here is Horford after the 3-pointer from Boss. Sefolosha dishes to Teague. From 18 feet away, it's hauled in by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Peck. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
It's still early on in the new basketball season for Atlanta. Here's where they sit in the NBA stats. 9th in opponent field goal percentage. 10th in free throw percentage. And they kept the lid on opposing teams' overall offense as well. They're in the top 10 in opponent scoring.
I like what they've done defensively. You talked about that opponent field goal percentage number. That's impressive because you know they're getting after it every game. They've got a good plan. They're covering up for one another defensively. They're rotating. They're closing out on shooters. And they're trying to make offense as difficult as possible out there.
Just 4 to shoot. Millsap kicks to Horford. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Horford's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Rondo passes to Boss. Nowitzki inside. There's the triple. Horford with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Teague.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
The drive by Rondo. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his second basket of the game.
You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make a sweet dime. I mean, even if you're halfway through your shot, you might find a better one for a teammate.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Scotty's checked in for... The Hawks trailing on the floor for Dallas. Beck in a 2-guard. Dirk and Chandler up front. Chandler Parsons out there with Rajon Rondo. Here's Scott. And that misses. That would have put him up. Dallas shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. The feed to Nowitzki. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, and put it in the hole, tremendous play.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
You know, in their last game, guys, he was dialed in at the line.
Yeah, no question. I mean, it may have been the strongest part of his game that night.
And, guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
Now here's Teague. He had 13 points in the win against Philadelphia.
Kevin, his passing is what blew me away. I mean, to see him orchestrate their offense so impeccably, that was a sight to behold.
Now here's Rondo, following the miss by Paul Millsap. Pass to Nowitzki. Beck, covered by Cephalosha. That one goes. Count it. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead.
Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
Well, great sign, because after that poor first quarter, now they're playing better offensively, and they have the lead.
Here is Korver. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Philadelphia. Cephalosha kicks to Teague. 5 on the clock. Looking to end the run. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Well, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80% now.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
And so Teague gets 2 free throws.
Boy, that was solid. I'll tell you, he's one of the best there is up there at the foul line.
And it's Rondo penetrating. And he gets it to go. Rondo's got the lead up to 7 now for Dallas.
Well played right there, and you can feel the momentum changing.
I think this lead will continue to move upward unless something unforeseen happens.
Now here's Teague, averaging 12 points a game. Here's Cephalosha, blocked. Parsons outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
This is a physical brand of basketball we're seeing so far, and they're getting to the foul line.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
He hits both from the stripe.
Shooting 100% in the quarter, they've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
Well, it's a nice job of really making the most of their opportunities.
Scott with a screen on Rondo. Here is Korver. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Nice shot by Rondo. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And their interior defense getting exposed once again. How many open looks at the rim are they going to allow?
Teague dishes to Scott. Puts it up from 12. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist from Cephalosha.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
There's the 3. And that will fall. The three-pointer on the line from Boss. Boss has got 5 points now this quarter. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. For the Hawks, Horford comes in for Mike Scott, and Max subbed in for Thabo Sefolosha.
And with a quick take a look at some of the stats for Rajon Rondo. He's getting around 4 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Those aren't bad numbers, but they're not the kind that are going to earn a lot of extra minutes for him either.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if he wants to play a bigger role, a larger role on the team, those numbers are going to have to be better than just decent.
Dallas leading by 12. And the pass to Nowitzki. Tries from 16, and Dallas again with the bucket.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Here's Mack. Pass to Teague. Kicks to Mack. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, Boss in their last game out against the Warriors just played phenomenally. He ended with 13 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. A performance like this was just the trick his team needed to snap their losing streak.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, Clark, I thought was truly incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, he did the work of several players in that game. He really didn't need much support at all.
But they shouldn't count on that type of performance again tonight, Clark. I mean, his teammates need to be prepared to carry a little bit more of the load.
Oh, with that last huddle, you could see the coach was addressing how they were going to make a tactical adjustment.
And after the coach does something like that, it's on the players now to lock in and follow the lead and execute. If they don't, then the coach will put them on the pound.
Now here's Teague. Millsap sets the pick for Teague. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. Teague's got 4 points now in the quarter. There's 14 seconds left in the second quarter. Rondo passes to Boss. Beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. And so that brings...
All right, men. We've done a good job in the first half of taking the momentum and being assertive with our style of play. I'll start with what's been a solid...
As we begin our second half, so far not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Boss with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and you know, the numbers aren't that gaudy when you look at the box score. It's more about his energy and his impact.
You know, sometimes the stats can be misleading, but he certainly has been a big factor.
Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Teague and Korver in the backcourt, and it's Sefolosha in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Millsap has the open look, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists tonight. Mavericks leading by 9. Rondo passes to Boss. Back to Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Beck on the mark with the 15-footer. Boss has got 14 points for the game.
And the D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
Yeah, look at the numbers. 6 of the last 10 points have come by way of that jump shot, Clark.
Teague kicks to Millsap. Passes it to Korver. Now the dish to Sefolosha. Teague against Rondo. Can't hit from 12.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today. The easiest way to do it sometimes is with